Today's question is, have you ever done the right thing, but it made life harder? We're in Exodus 5, and this is where Moses and Aaron step right into the ring with Pharaoh, and Pharaoh's not going to play nice. Sometimes when you start obeying God, things get harder before they get better, but that don't mean that God's not in control. Verses 1 through 5, we see Moses and Aaron confronting Pharaoh. So Moses and Aaron, they march right into Pharaoh's throne room, and they say, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Let my people go so they may hold a festival in my honor in the wilderness." And Pharaoh snaps right back. "Is that so? And who is the Lord? Why should I listen to him and let Israel go? I don't know the Lord, and I'm not going to let Israel go." So Pharaoh basically says, "I don't know your God, and I'm sure not going to obey him." Let me let you know something. The world naturally doesn't bow down to God. It resists him. Moses and Aaron try again, saying, "Please let us go 3 days into the desert. We're going to offer sacrifices." But Pharaoh's not listening to him. "Why are you distracting the people from their task?" he says. "Get back to work." When you start doing God's will, the first thing the enemy does is double down on your burden. Verses 6 through 21, we see Pharaoh making life harder. So the next thing you know, Pharaoh gives an evil order. He says, "Don't supply them any more straw for making bricks. Make the people get it themselves, but still require the same number of bricks as before." In other words, they have the same workload, but they're going to get less help. The Israelite foremen, they start getting beaten when they're not meeting the quota. They go and complain to Pharaoh, but he just says, "You're lazy." Man, when the devil sees you trying to get free, he'll accuse you and attack you even harder. The Israelite foremen turn on Moses and Aaron, saying, "May the Lord judge and punish you for making us stink before Pharaoh and his officials." Sometimes the very people you're trying to help, they're going to turn on you when things start getting tough. In verses 22 and 23, Moses cries out to God. So Moses, he's heartbroken. He cries out to God. He's like, "Why have you brought all this trouble on your own people, Lord? Why did you send me?" He says, "Ever since I came to Pharaoh as your spokesperson, he has been even more brutal to your people, and you have done nothing to rescue them." Moses is confused, he's discouraged, and he's frustrated. But listen, just because God ain't moved yet, don't mean he's not moving. Sometimes the darkest hour comes before the dawn, right before deliverance. So what's Exodus 5 teaching us? First, obedience often brings immediate resistance. Second, the enemy fights hardest when he knows he's about to lose. And third, when people turn on you, keep trusting God. Don't worry about man. Don't trust him. Fourth, honest prayers are okay. God can handle your questions and your pain. Listen, when you step out to obey God, don't expect the red carpet to be rolled out. Expect a battle. But don't you dare quit. God don't bring you this far to leave you stuck. You might be making bricks today, but you're heading for freedom tomorrow. And keep reading your Bible, and don't be dumb.